Meanwhile, the majority of Kiwis would support paying a $2 road toll if it cut 10 minutes off their trip. That's the finding of a new poll from The Post by Freshwater Strategy about how infrastructure projects should be funded. But as Andrea Vance reports, the number of people willing to pay drops sharply as the tolls rise.
Do you want brand new roads? The government says it will build them, but motorists will have to pay to drive on them.
In most cases, people who benefit from an asset or service should help pay for it.
At the moment, the costs of new roads, pipes and other projects are spread across tax and ratepayers and by councils and government taking on more debt. Instead, Infrastructure Minister Chris Bishop wants government agencies and local government to look at funding them with tolls, congestion charging, water meters in our homes and targeted rates.
I'm not saying it's going to be easy, and I've been quite upfront about that.
A new poll from The Post and Freshwater Strategy suggests he is right. Almost one half of voters would prefer roads are funded by the government, with the taxpayer footing the bill. 2 in 5 would prefer they were funded by private companies, meaning the cost is borne by tolling road users.
The proof will be in the pudding when it's easier to get to work and when the traffic flows more smoothly. People can make different choices around when they travel.
The poll also shows how much people would be prepared to pay. A majority would pay $2 to save 10 minutes of travel time on a regularly maintained road. 7% would still pay, even if the cost reached $30.
What I've seen from overseas is that people are not necessarily that positive about the idea of paying a toll or a congestion charge, but a year after those have been implemented, the public get it, and often it's because they can see what's been improved.
That view is underlined by New Zealanders who are already regular toll users. More of them are prepared to pay at all price levels.
This has to be a balanced discussion, and it has to be a fair discussion about how we allocate the money we've got as a country. But what we have to do is stop the politicisation and the culture wars that surround roads, rail, cycleways, and get into the practical job of building infrastructure assets that are going to help propel our country into the future.
1/5 of those polled agree, saying new roads should be the highest priority. That's compared with half of voters who say that improved maintenance and safety standards should be top of the government's transport agenda, showing whatever route they take, there'll be bumps in the road ahead.